Page 93, Greensleeves. This is another lead sheet thing where we get to harmonize or improvise on a melody. 3/4 time, 1 flat, happens to be in the key of D minor, I'll just tell you that. Save a little time. Just make sure you got the melody down first before we start any of this other stuff. So we're starting on beat 3. Watch their fingering. 2, 3, 1 and 2. Got a dotted rhythm. 1 and 2. Second finger comes down. Third finger now. 1, 2. 1 and 2. 2. Now lift up. Use thumb again. It's okay. It's between phrases. You're going to lift up. You do that again. More or less. It's a little different. The last. Oh, let's look at the last 4 measures. You're here. B natural, because there's a B flat in the key signatures, but the B natural here. Once you get that, now let's check and make sure we got these chords down. We're just following the chord names at the top. That DM, that's D minor. If it were a capital M or there were no M there, it'd be D major. But with the little M, that's D minor. It's here. D major's here. It helps to know the scales and what keys or what notes are in each scale, so you know what notes are in each key. Another reason to be doing scales. I'll tell you, that D minor's here. And then 2 measures later, you get a C major chord here. C chord. 2 measures later, you get a B flat chord, which is here. It's just a chord built on B flat. And 2 measures later, you get an A major chord. A major has C sharp in it. And then next line, back up to D minor, C major, and we have that B flat again, and then we have a mess. Look at this. It's an A7/C sharp. Well, that's an A7 chord. You got to know what an A7 chord is. To do that, you got to know what an A chord is. We already had an A chord up above. It's here. Well, if I want a 7 chord, I just add the 7th to it, and that's it. And that's the A7 part of it. Then the C sharp thing, that means C sharp is the bottom note. So we want C sharp on the bottom. We'll take the A and put it on top. And a lot of times we don't use that, so it's really here. It's one of the primary chords in D minor. Here. That's the A, that's what this is. That's all. Then once you got the harmony figured out, you try putting it together and see what it sounds like. We're just playing simple block chords in the left hand. The A7 here. See, I could have gone down here for an A7, but they want the C sharp on the bottom, so it's going to be here. I did. Once you get that figured out, then you can start playing around with the chords. They show an example at the bottom of the page where the broken chords. This is just one pattern. There's all kinds of patterns. It's up to you and your imagination what you want to do. Listen very carefully, because really it's the ear and what you like and what you don't like that judges. Well, is there right or wrong here? That's up to you and what you like to hear. But at the beginning of the second line here, I'm still on A major. Right there. If you don't like that sound, and I don't, then what I do is I simply don't play anything in the left hand. I'll rest, so it's here. See, and that takes care of that harmony, then, yeah. Because really, we want a D minor chord here, but we're waiting till the next measure to do it. So just rest there. the end. Another thing you can try is try different inversions on these other chords. See, we're doing an inversion on the A7 chord here, or this, yeah. But maybe we do, now in this piece it works out nicely to do root here because you're just going down the keyboard. And that's a nice thing when it does that. Generally you'll keep that. But in the second line, you hear, but now they want to hear. Well, we can experiment because I can do a C here is fine, and then the B flat, I can go here because I just put the B on top. If they really wanted you to do that, they would have put a /D on it telling you to use that inversion. But there's nothing that prevents you from just doing it if you want to try it out. I mean, you experiment and you try these different inversions and see. Try different patterns here also. Do that. What other patterns can you do? Broken chord patterns? Well, you can go here. Because we went here. But here. Usually we do start with a root. You don't have to. You can start up here. It's a little weaker sounding because we like to have that root sound, that chord. But there. By experimenting and exploring here, you're going to discover some really neat stuff that you'll be able to use to improvise other things, or a combination. I could do a rest on the third beat. Or I could combine things and do one pattern for a while and then another pattern. It's entirely up to whatever I like to hear. So explore the possibilities here.